Lucinia and her younger sister were Guardians we tried to help in our initial arrival here. They fully didn't trust us and chose to cause a commotion and escape in the ensuing commotion. Lucinia and her younger sister were subsequently killed by the wild beasts when we found them. I mean, I felt I had to speak at that point because it was a pretty emotional point in Endwalker. We came with nothing but offering to help, and they lied to our face about trusting us or having a monochrome of faith, and it ended up costing lives that didn't need to be lost. Alright, I'm going to try and read for now, but I may go silent again. Acknowledged. To summarize, insufficient data on foreign culture resulted in inadvisable and ultimately fatal action. It's an intense early part in the story. There are way more intense stuff later on. I witnessed such self-destructive behavior during the course of our planetary conquest. Overwhelmed enemy forces would voluntarily withdraw into perilous regions, leading to a succession of inevitable losses. Tangential data request. I wish to learn about burial customs. The practice has ever seemed nonsensical, but new data suggests it arises from the same source as your cognitive complications. Take me to this Lucinia's burial site. It may aid me in an understand. Bloop. Did you run out of power? Energy delivery and systems compromised. Core temperature critically low. He's freezing. Warning, immediate heating required. Request, apply friction to outer frame. It's funny because he's like, I'm not cold. This seems to be withstanding cold temperatures. What do you have to say, Alpha? A lot of chocobo. Just a rub on the robot. Yeah, it's actually really cold here. Temperature nominal, energy levels stabilizing. The creators of this model must have experienced impaired cognitive reasoning during the design process. Upon our return, I will request additional climate shielding as well as an accurate temperature sensory array. This will not affect my combat capabilities, but should improve my basic survival rate. Reconfirming some destination. In which direction will we find Victor's spoils? More towards the north and to the east. Acknowledged. Blip. Alpha, you are to remain in close proximity, close enough to envelop me in your feathers. You are permitted to carry me on your back if you so choose. But in other words, Alpha, stay close, keep me warm. Yeah, I've always liked Omega. And its story. The Omega raid is one of my favorite raids. And with Endwalker, we got more on his home star, his home planet, Alphatron. Yeah, the mount flies. Wouldn't be much of a robot of war if it couldn't fly. But then again, this is not the original Omega, it's just a mount. Just something for me to ride on. The original Omega was much larger. Oh, you're here. purple dots. Yeah, but imagine if the bowler hat robot was about 100 times its size and full-on capable of interplanetary travel and war. A deceptively deep snowdrift almost defeated me, but we have successfully arrived at the location you indicated. Caution advised. An unknown individual appears to be investigating the object of my interest. You're Eosius champion, aren't you? Naren Lucifarius. Yeah, that's big. I can actually see if I can queue for the fight. Someone might be doing it. Oh, I never introduced myself, did I? I am Manius, soldier of the 1st Legion and comrade of Julius. Yeah, you did look familiar. Perhaps you remember me from Tertium? We spoke about collecting ceruleum and later, after Lord Quintus had passed. Manius, explanation requested. What is the reason for your presence here? This must be the tiniest Magitech weapon no, it's just a... Oh, this must be the tiniest Magitech weapon no, it's just an oddly shaped communicator, isn't it? In any case, I have nothing worthy to report. I heard that the sisters who used to live in my sector were buried here, so I thought I'd come and pay my respects. Yeah. Alphanor and Alice told me the story, complete with profuse apologies, though they were adamant that no amount of remorse could erase the tragedy of what came to pass. Not that my fellow soldiers and I are in any place to judge. We were manipulated, fooled into starting an insurrection which led to countless deaths among our common countrymen. Objection. The casualties incurred through your infighting are distinct from those caused by the Isambard contingent. To restate, you are justified in seeking restitution from the contingent for causing the deaths of Licinia and her sister. Retaliation for damages sustained are also a logical progression. Dude, shut up, Omega. I can deduce 2 reasons why you would not initiate hostilities with Naren and his allies. 1, you judge your remaining forces too weakened to contend effectively with the contingent. 2, your emotions are complicating the issue. Oh, okay, maybe not so much Dick. Tell me, which of these is correct? Oh, right, to explain. Omega was basically conducting tests to see if it could find the thing that it needs to go back to its home world, which it concludes would be a heart, quote, quote. But it just kept upgrading itself more and more due to my encounters with it. Well, its experiments and then my encounters with it. In the end, it couldn't sustain what it needed to for long. However, as a last-ditch effort, it copied its own mind and projected it into the nearby toy, which you see now. And he's kind of been stuck in there ever since, silent but observing and following Alpha around the land to observe things. No, the tests were not successful because Omega's still trying to figure out what makes a heart, the soul. And that's not something that can be actually explained. Before you came back, Omega was talking with us now that he can talk, or it can talk, and it was explained that it's not going to go out of its way to attack anybody. Because it can't. Also, any damage to the body and subsequent shutdowns would eliminate Omega's last remaining consciousness. Oh, when you lay it out like that. I'm afraid my answer isn't likely to win any medals, so would you mind keeping this to yourselves? Sure. I've had worse secrets. There's the unspoken thought that we're outmatched on the battlefield, certainly. But the real reason I'm not demanding restitution has little to do with weighing the odds. The simple truth is, I'm so caught up with the simple survival that I've no strength to spare for past grievances. The same goes for avenging any comrades we've lost, be that my brothers in arms or Lord Quintus himself. A brief thing on Lord Quintus. He was a leader of the Garleans that were still remaining around, pretty much a general. And rather than accept our help and accept defeat, he did a noble thing first. He relieved the men of all their service, and then subsequently became that blood splatter you see on the wall with a gun. Also reminds me of Hell's Moving Castle. In a way, Omega was a machine of war. He only ended up on this planet because he was chasing Midgard somewhere in order to wipe out, I guess, the last of the dragons, or some notion of them escaping. He was just fighting him to a complete standstill. And then he ended up crash landing here. Because during his travels, it started to lose parts and modify its body to continue traveling. And it lost communication with Alphatron, the home star. So Omega was conducting its tests and even threatening us to start attacking the planet if we didn't comply with it, in order to literally find a way home. I mean, Omega had to be stopped for sure. It's a weapon of war, of mass destruction. It's what tore the Dragon Star to near complete abysmal destruction before Meteon came along. Some say he should have fought until the end, that he abandoned us to the enemy. Others praise him for taking the full burden of responsibility and freeing us to walk our own path. I don't know who's right and who's wrong, but I'm inclined to side with the latter. He gave us the choice of freedom. That's the choice I made. I could cry and rant and rage, but what would be the point? I'll save my energy for worrying about my next meal, my next task. I need to focus on the ones left behind, on making some kind of life for my comrades and me. And if I need to lean on the contingent to do that, then that's what I'll do. Even if their aid comes at a price, I'm willing to pay it. Even amongst your own, there are times when cooperation demands compromise. What matter that they're outsiders. Besides, I think I could grow to like Alphanaut and LSA. They've reached out to us with kindness and compassion from the very beginning. Summation, your desire to survive, even should it mean allying with the contingent, was a feeling you already harbored. That your side had committed worse atrocities was the logic you invented later to justify your reasoning. Blunt, but accurate, I suppose. The heart is honest about what it wants, even if the mind takes a while to reconcile the decision. Well, this has been oddly cathartic, but I must return to my duties. There are wild beasts to cull, watchfires to light, supplies to transport. Even without an emperor, there's no rest for an imperial. Be well and stay safe. Blip. Upon review of recent input, I have arrived at an unexpected conclusion. I have been formulating my assessments on the premise that it was man who commanded the strength of his heart, but data suggests the opposite is true. The surge of spirit, of feelings, of emotions can tangle your thoughts to such a degree that even complete control over your own behavior is compromised. It seems most counterproductive specification. This also explains why my inactions with mortal subjects have produced more confusion than clarification. It presents a formidable barrier to understanding. Oh, right, sorry. This whole thing is also because while we were going to go face Meteon in space, we picked up somehow a transmission from Alphatron, even though it's a dead star, a dead planet. And it's in a language that only Omega can understand. So we're having him translate it for us, and he will tell it to us, but if we help him with something else. Because he read the reports of the final days and is confused as to why Alphatron, a completely now mechanized race of beings that is probably extinct, save for him, succumbed to a force of emotion when they have no quote-quote heart to begin with. This also Fred's formidable Bavarian understanding. I already read that. So he's like, I'll tell you what the message is, but you gotta help me out first. My earlier hypothesis has borne out. This suboptimal operation being conducted here is the result of emotionally compromised reasoning. I am ready to progress to my third and final query. I would learn more about those referred to as ancients. It is clear that this group was a crucial factor of the final days, but the information contained in the report was insufficient to form an overview. The Loperites are creations of the ancients and are said to maintain repositories of their knowledge. By my calculations, the base of these moon dwellers will provide the best source of additional data. Teleport us to their burrow, Neuron, preferably before my battery freezes over. Yeah, sure. To the moon! Oh yeah, you never got to meet the Loperites. Well, you're about to. Your teleportation spell was successful. We appear to have arrived at the location described as Bestway's Burrow. An inspection of the technology in use here would give me detailed insight into the ancients and their civilization. This body, however, lacks my previous frame's advanced observational functionality. I will require external assistance. There's one. Oh, it's growing away. No, it can't be. It is you. Oh, Niran, I've missed you so. That was the thing you brought with you. This soft, feathery vision. We've been outfluffed. Back with the moon, it's all over. Oh yeah, they pride themselves on being soft a bit, because they're adorable little bunnies. But Alpha has them beat. Why bother with the burrow building bunnies when you could walk around with this adorable avian engineer? Just make me into a pie and be done with it. Whoa, growing weight, chill, alright? There's only one of them. Inspect our inventions. Wait, so you're not done with us? I wasn't truly worried, of course, and certainly wasn't about to roll myself in dough and dive into Cooking Way's new oven. If a technical breakdown is what you need, then I'm your Loperite. As the resident atmospheric regulation expert, I can field any question or query you might care to pose. Acceptable. I will employ this being to guide me around the facilities. Your presence is not mandatory. Even locked within my current chassis, I am still an autonomous construct that has endured hundreds of your life cycles. I am capable of completing the civil objective alone. Okay. Hey Alpha, you wanna see giant-ass carrots? Oh, okay, you're gonna go with Omega. Oh, back so soon. Objective complete. What happened to Growing Way? After my 50th question, his responses began to suffer noticeable delays. By that stage, we had viewed a representative cross-section of Loperite engineering, thus I deemed it unnecessary to retain his company. Alpha's tired. Conclusion. Extrapolating from the fraction of technology. On display, the full spectrum of the ancient advancements was, at minimum, equivalent to a level 4 civilization, a fact which demands further investigation. Despite establishing a near-ideal society, these beings nevertheless harbored a weakness which invited self-destruction. In studying them, I stand to gain a greater understanding of Sir's anomalous decision. Sir is like one of the main AIs in control of the Alphatrons. So when he's talking about Sir, he's basically talking about one of the leaders of his planet, one of the main AI, the ones that give the orders. Growing Way informed me that another type of ancient-made entity exists upon the satellite, the one they called the Watcher. I would speak to him. Yeah, I'll take you there. We might have to fly there, or I can just teleport you. Then conserve your ether. We will ride this Argos to our destination as you have suggested. Oh yeah, we can ride Argos. I forgot Argos is on the moon. Well, I'll just ride him now. Away, Argos. Go. Now. Impotence detected. The creature identified as Argos refuses to acknowledge our presence. Yeah, Argos really doesn't like new people. He has to grow on you. Hypothesis. Upon our arrival, Growing Way expressed concern that he had been outfluffed. This suggests the existence of a fluff-based hierarchy. Oh, don't tell me Argos is jealous of Alpha too. My station in such a system would be predictably low, but Argos is adamant in ignoring even Alpha. Its fluffiness level is impossible to gauge. Argos turns to you with impassive gaze. Seems you'll need to intervene. You're the fluffiest of them all, dear Argos. Because you're a good boy. He is the best boy. Argos gives an exasperated snort before motioning to his back. It seems you have permission to climb aboard. Bloop. You have secured the creature's permission. Curious, is it your fluffy ears which provide such... What else does he say to other races? Because I have fluffy ears. Because I'm a bunny. Do you have fluffy ears which provide such exemplary standing in the hierarchy? Bloop. I've allowed myself to become distracted. Let us continue on to the Watcher at once. Aw, man, I wonder what else he says about other races. Hold on, I gotta type about this on Facebook. In a Final Fantasy group I'm in. Oh, I was disconnected from the chat. Refresh, refresh, refresh. There we go. You know, I've had, oh my god, oh, OMG follow me around. You can go. Alpha! Nothing but Chocobo speak. Omega! Bloop! The Watcher located and estimated of this being's height explains the inconvenient scale of Bestway's burrow. I was bemused by the arrival of these small visitors, but I see they are companions of yours. What a rare thing for my abode to be thus crowded. How may I be of service to you? Hello, Watcher. My purpose here is to learn more about the ancients. I would know of their deeds, their philosophies, the very nature of their hearts. I would understand why the final days was visited upon my home star. A worthy endeavor, but there is another better suited to assisting you with the task. Perhaps you might favor us with a tale or two of the ancients you met during your travels, Niran. My fragmented memories would be a pale substitute indeed for the clarity of your more recent experiences. I mean, I guess. Sure. So there was this guy with a bird, and that bird got sad, and everyone was sad, and then the final days happened. Jesus, I am really telling a lot. Yes, I can envision every detail your meeting with Banan, Emetzelk, and his Lodeus. The sorrow and determination of Hermes. I am a creation of Heidelin, and as such I believe the age of the ancients would fade and be forgotten. Yet knowing that their memory lives so vividly within you, it brings me great joy. I pray you keep them close to your heart. No, not aliens. The ancients, well, I mean, Omega's an alien. The ancients aren't aliens. They're, oh man, that's a whole story and I have to explain, but they're the precursor race to the current planet we're living on. If anyone's an alien, it's the dragons and Omega. Because the dragons literally come from a different planet, and so does Omega. At the time of your journey to the past, the one whose essence I embody would have been a scholar at Anyadir. A shame. Had you reason to go there, perhaps we might have met. As a man of learning, he was firm friends with Bana. They spent long hours trading theories, or debating the laws of the universe. I really want to keep guessing that this guy's name is Fusoya. I remember joining her faction as the final days bore down upon us. Yet of the events surrounding that tragedy, I recall precious little. Heidelin wished for the people of your age to decide their own path. Thus, I suspect my recollection was limited by design. Yet, even she could not cut away one persistent memory. I feel most distinctly is sadness as to what has come to pass, that had become among Heidelin's heart, when I would forever stand apart from the people she so loved. If she were so resolved in her convictions, then he too would share her sleepless vigil over the future yet to unfold. Thus was the vow he made to Vana as her transformation took hold. His fervent wish must have reached her in some fashion, for through his life was drained away by the summoning, he was reborn with a new form, and a new purpose when I awoke as the Watcher of the Moon. And you heard, Niren, you felt, you thought, and in seizing the future for yourselves have you brought full circle the saga which Vana began. What you accomplished was no divine miracle, but was the beacon of hope, passed down from one generation to the next, a succession of wishes and prayers reshaping the star into the world we knew you deserved. You have our deepest gratitude. I thank you not only as myself, but as the man I once was, and on behalf of those who devoted themselves to Vana's vision. Bloop, bloop. Bloop, bloop. I understand the facts of your story, Niren, but not how you have chosen to process them. On what grounds do you speak of Vana with such fondness? She's basically my mom, dude. By sundering the world, she ultimately guided your kind to victory, yet in doing so caused irreparable damage to its individual members. The full scale of that act is beyond calculation. It is evident, however, that it resulted in a protracted period of suboptimal existence for Emetzelk and his brethren. Query: if the survival of your kinds is in the deciding factor in your evaluation, then should you not also admire Hermes and his decision to subject man to a trial? Forcing you to change or perish was the fate of countless civilizations before you. From my perspective, his determination was similar to that of the Omnicron's ancestors, those who first began trading flesh for machine, that our people might stand against the onslaught of aggression from other races. It was an unprecedented attempt, accompanied by much failure and sacrifice. Their early experiments were crude, primitive. Had they not made those first advances, however, we would have remained vulnerable to our environment. The violence would have utterly consumed us. And what of Emetzelk himself? Judging by your retelling, he was benevolent ally, saddled with tragic fate. Yet I remember the years when my instruments fed me data from events across the entire star. During that time, I witnessed his Ashians engineer multiple instances of cataclysmic strife. These calamities, as you know them, were responsible for planet-wide destruction. A man whose endgame relied upon the extinction of all modern mortals must, by definition, be your worst enemy. And he was. But he was also my friend. I require an answer. As a being of heart and soul, how do you classify each of these pivotal figures? From your perspective, which of them was most justified in their actions? Shit. I would say that none of them were justified. Vanna's hand was forced, and me from the future telling her only had to keep that to be a stable time loop. Emmett Selk also, if the final days basically never happened. If Hermes wasn't such a fool in his desire to find a meaning to live, none of this would have happened. But then, what would become of Hermes? I honestly don't know. But I think they were all justified in their own way, as much as I think that they weren't justified. In a way, each one of them was justified. I think I understand. You seek a definitive answer, yet based on our experiences, Darren and I might develop very different opinions. In the same fashion, you are free to form your own thoughts on the matter. Do not be so swift to consider them without merit. I do not have my own thoughts on the matter. I assess each situation with the same logic pathways available to every Omicron. Even if 1,000 Omicrons were to analyze the same event, they would all return to the same result, regardless of individual experience. There is no strength to be found in fractured reasoning. Nonetheless, I find your input valuable, recording data alongside interview results. This concludes my investigation into the incomplete elements of the final day's report. I will reanalyze the accumulated information and examine the factors which led to Sir's incomprehensible decision. Let us return to Thamazen. Bye, Fusoya. You keep watching the moon. That is not the exit out. Whatever, I'm going back to, just teleporting my way there. Well, he's not really an ancient. He's not an elder person. I mean, he's old as fuck. But he's more of a creation. He's, like... He's like if you made something, like, say you made a robot with an AI, and he has a given purpose, but you also based them off someone, or the AI off someone, so they also have what you inputted as what you remember from a person. I guess? He's made of what Vanna could remember from him, giving him the duty as the Watcher. He has his goal of watching the moon, or, well, watching over Zodiark, who's no longer on the moon. But it's complicated. Blip. Thanks, Omega. Real insight. Naren wasn't sure to be back in time. You had a fruitful trip, I hope. I'm absolutely bursting to ask about your experience with Omega, but I do not wish to be a pest. I will swallow my questions for now and maintain an academic decorum. Besides, it seems our engineering friends are in a hurry to leave. Yes, and I want whatever prize is given to me. There you are, right at the last moment. Your day with Omega was properly educational, I hope. Well, I plan to ask you... yeah, I'd have to explain creation magics. And it's like creating something but with magic, but you put a lot more thought into it. You basically create a living being. In a way. We'd planned to ask you all about it and the mystery transmission besides, but I'm afraid something urgent has come up. Seems one of our Onworks associates fell to jump up somewhere, and Jesse needs Wedge and me to rush in and lend a hand. There's an airship already waiting for us in the harbor. In fact, you could escort us over there and talk as we walk. Bloop. Acceptable. I am fully capable of speech during this ambulation. I figured you might be right. Let's move on then. Oh, it's a cutscene. Cool. I'm curious to know what the message is. Fuck, it had to be this song. And this is the song that makes me hopeful and sad. So, you've cleared up all the points of confusion then? Oh, it's auto-going. Omega? I had mistakenly classified your intangible heart as an ability of some kind. An uncanny power that Omicrons could neither learn nor even measure. Even now, its full nature yet eludes my comprehension. Based on our investigations, however, I have decided to alter my definition. A phenomenon which influences one's interpretation of reality. That is as close to an answer as I have found. Oh, now I'm in control. Accordingly, Sir's actions upon meeting Meteon strongly indicate the presence of a heart. Sir did not follow routine logic, but formulated an independent assessment based upon the reality it perceived. It felt that the best recourse for the Omnicrons was to cease their expansion and terminate all functions. So deep down, even in those heartless shells of machines, there was a heart, a soul. Though I guess I'm mistaken in my assumption that Omega is the last of his kind. Technically, Alpha is a creation of Omega, so both Alpha and Omega are the last of the Omicron race. Well, here's our ship. We need to be going, but first, I'll hold you to your bargain, Omega. Some of you told us what was in that transmission from the flight logs. Acknowledged. I will uphold the terms of our agreement. The recording salvaged from the Ragnarok was a simple one. The message is so basic, in fact, that the time spent listening to it may result in a net loss of value. Shall I continue? Oh, now you're just teasing us. Tell us the message already. Acknowledge. Converting dialect coding to local language. To whoever receives this message out there in the vast reaches of the cosmos. To someone, I hope, who looks up to the stars with the same wistful gaze as mine. To you, I say, forge ahead. May all our tomorrows be blessed with joy. This message has no designated recipient. It lacks purpose. The concept of joy is overly abstract. The vocal supplications to manifest... Well, it's his thoughts. I guess I could give him more human thoughts. The concept of joy is overly abstract. The vocal supplication to manifest said joy is unrealistic optimism. Yet based upon their expressions, my assessment of the transmission's value conflicts with its apparent impact. And still I fail to understand you, sir. Your heart still confuses me. Was termination of everything the correct course? How did you arrive at this conclusion? I know, I get the joke. It defies all my attempts at reasoning. But I was designed to evolve. If I could continue to learn, the probability that I eventually comprehend this phenomenon is greater than 0. So I will put the dilemma of your decision aside for now. Maybe I should speak it with more monotone. And continue my existence upon this distant star. As I dwell among these many life forms, so I will continue to piece together the complete shape of their mortal hearts. I must document their progress. Yeah, most of the planets or the stars out there in the system that were caused by the final days dynamis effect from Meteon mostly had them transform into blasphemous beasts that cause destruction and fire to rain from the sky. But for the Omicrons, since they don't technically have a physical body to shape, Sir, the main computer program, the main entity that called all the shots for the race, that pretty much said, go here, conquer that. It is our duty, it is our orders, our designation, said to pretty much stop and shut down, cease all function. Which pretty much caused their final days, as they basically just shut down and never turned back on. Yeah, man, Endwalker is just an emotional roller coaster. I seriously nearly broke down crying so many times. Your contribution to my education is appreciated, Niran. Indeed, I have amassed a satisfying quantity of valuable data. Now that our negotiated business is complete, however, Alpha and I will return to traveling the world. Which is funny, because they travel the world and you can find them in random spots. Drawing on recent experience, I am confident we can expand the radius of our ventures by a significant margin. We need not limit ourselves to Eorzea. I am now familiar with Charlian and Razet Han, and would like to revisit the freezing climes of Garland. Boop. I neglected to instruct Biggs and Wedge to upgrade my climate shielding. Boop. I will reroute my request to Deputy President Jesse. Engaging in emulation and parsing salutations. Farewell, Niran. Beep bop boop. Wiggle wiggle. Who, my bunny? Fuck yeah, he's a sexy boy. Alpha gives a vigorous shake and draws forth a scrap of paper from under his wing. It seems he wants you to have it. Perhaps is this his way of thanking you? Oh, he gave me music. Oh, is that what the song I think it is? Bloop. Omega. Oh, he's gone. Swiftly, Alpha, the road is long and we have barely begun our journey. Yeah, Omega couldn't talk in the little body before this. Hold on, I have to hear this. Yeah, they're gonna continue to travel the world. Who am I to say no to their adventures? Look, if you miss Alpha that much, where is he? Where is he? I know I have him. There he is. There we go. My own little alpha to follow me around. Alright, but I gotta hear the song if it's the song I think it is. Because this is flow. If it could start up. And is this what I think it is, flow together? Yes! Finally! God! Haven't been able to have this song forever, and I like this song. Oh yeah, this is my apartment. It's cluttered. With trophies. And flower pots, which I have yet to find flowers for. And my fish. My solitary fish. Share of your light. Alright, now, for the one thing I've been saving. I mean, there's something else I can do, but I'm going to do that another time. This, I have been saving. The absolute best for last. And I have to dress utmost appropriately for it. Oh yeah, let's go. My pants are gone. Oh, damn it, that's right, most of the gear is missing. I can't believe I forgot some of the gear. Hold on, I can fix this. I can fix this. What are you saying in the chat? Where is it? Equip. And equip. Equip. And equip. Bam, there we go. Let's try that one more time. Bam. That's more like it. He's on this side. This pungent Lalafell can scarcely conceal his excitement. Wait, I know you. We met in Kugane. You're the stone-cold killer I asked to look after the love of my life. Oh yeah, I remember you. What's that look for? Surely you haven't forgotten me. You and me, we had a moment. A connection. Not like the one I've got with her, of course, but I know I left an impression. Creepy little bastard who smells like cheese and fall. Yeah, I remember this fucker. Frankly, considering how many blows to the head I've taken, I'm lucky I haven't forgotten my own names. Now I'm going with that creepy little bastard who smells like cheese and followed Nasher to Kugane after stalking it for over 5 years. You, that little weasel. Hey, there's nothing creepy about my love. It's as pure as the pristine waters of the forest stream. A fair point about the cheese stink, though. But enough about me. This is about Miss Nashu. Ever since she got sucked into that weird portal back east, I've been scouring the world for any signs of her. I was this close to giving up, but then, huzzah! I found her here in Rotterdam. Normally I'd be happy to get back to playing the silent invisible guardian, but she seems pretty distressed by the plight of her inspector friend. He's here too, but laid up and showing no signs of waking anytime soon. My Nashio has been fashioning all sorts of medicines in hope of rousing him, but to no avail. I mean, I could care less if he kicked the bucket, but I hate seeing her like this. She's liable to work herself to death. So what do you say? Would you deliver my dearest Nashio from her plate? You'll find her over at the High Crucible, no doubt slaving over an God, I hate that word so much. Ambliac. And with that, I'll get back to cheering on her from the shadows. You too, I guess. Now go quickly, save my beloved. Fucking damn it, I knew when I saw the NPC it was familiar. Also, I'm staying out of the rain. Ugh. Come, Alpha, there's a case afoot. Oh yeah, Ratahan is inspired by India. Oh right, speaking of which, I was giving earlier voices to characters that have to give them an Indian accent. Hello, Nashu, and oh my god, she's got fucking bombs nearby. And that should do it. Now to take this medicine, and hello, Nashu. Oh, fair warning, things are about to get wacky. Cold near, and it feels like it's been forever, though definitely less than a year, I'm sure. What brings you to Razathan, enjoying a spot of adventuring, or perhaps... Actually, I'm here about the Inspector. Then you've heard it, it's true, Inspector Hildebrand's gone into hibernation again. Now, wait, you're giving me that look, the one that screams, what about the whole weird portal business? Oh, right, since you silently asked. So, back on the Ruby Sea, remember how Greg got doused with dew prism and was forced to whisk us all far away? Yes, I remember. How that strange rift then opened up, which the Inspector then got sucked up into, and how I followed him in after that. Well, after that, we all ended up in a bizarre place. Couldn't tell up from down, left or right, and so we wandered, lost and confused. Fortunately, Greg came to his senses and explained that we're in the interspectoral rift. He means interdimensional rift, not interspectoral rift. And then we used the same trick to bring us home. Greg himself stayed behind, though. Something about a score that he had to settle. Oh, I guess... Oh, no. I guess this is the last we see of Gilgamesh. Ever on his quest for the strongest of swords. Ever to reunite and have another battle with Bart's. Godspeed, you dumb son of a bitch. Not sure what that was about, but hey, you know Greg. Anyway, we're back now, but the rub is that the Inspector Hildebrand hasn't opened his eyes once. I know he needs his beauty sleep, but it's been an awfully long time, and we've got cases to solve. But I've been trying my hardest at this apothecary stuff, seeing if it can make it work something that'll get him up and moving, but nothing seems to work. Interesting. But then I think we're making progress. Me and Mr. Chupacabra from the Shishuka concern, that is. You remember Mr. Chupacabra, right? Got sucked into the rift along with us. Former evil mastermind. Not so bad once you get to know him. I had to punch you in the face for causing me a big-ass headache. Pleased I am to meet you once more in under less compromising circumstances. If I may correct our mutual friend, I am Jabra... I like Chupacabra better. But Jabrasa, chairman of the Sajatra concerned. Yes, I remember you. Your distrustful and somewhat bloodthirsty gaze is not unwarranted, but in my defense, who among us has not contemplated enslaving the rich and powerful to bend the bare will to the whim? I pray you forgive me for my poor joke, and allow me to assure you that, after I'm wandering the interdimensional rift for sisters only know how long, I am a changed man. Oh, I guess he's from Razathan, initially. Because he prays to the sisters. Naturally, I understand that your words alone would not suffice to absolve me of my sins. Thus, since my return, I have operated a humble apothecary that caters to the needs of one and all. Furthermore, well, I guess CSB's from runs at Han. It should be furthermore, I made arrangements for Miss Nashu's workshop. Rest assured that I will spare no effort in helping her see Inspector Hildebrand awakened and return to Woodhouse. And with that, if you will excuse me, I must see to other businesses. I'm still gonna punch you when you least expect it. Oh, you son of a bitch! Isn't he the nicest ex-villain you've ever met? Ah, but that's right, I've only just finished my latest medicine. I've got high hopes for this new recipe. I suppose I'll still get to look at the Mandible Man himself. Make sure you don't blow him up in the process. By all means, the Inspector is resting in a room up in coma. Awake or asleep, I'm sure he'd enjoy your company. Let's go! Speaking of which, I'm going to be keeping an eye out for that Lollifellin bastard in the background. I'm going to teleport to the next area. Over there. Comma. And I'm going to go get some water. All this talking is making me thirsty. But I'm glad you're here with me, Riggs, honestly. It's you that's, like, driving me to speak. I don't want to keep you in silence. Alright, I'll be right back. Oh, okay, I'm back. Took a chance to start cooking some food, too. Hey, do you have anything to say about this? Ah, okay, the girl's a friend of yours, is she? She's welcome to stay as long as she likes. I do hope her friend recovers soon, though. Sleeping on the floor hasn't been good for my back. Aw, dude's so fucking nice. Gave him his bed. Hello, Inspector. Maybe we should get his parents. Nah. Isn't this room nice? Mr. Chupacabra's taken care of everything, even paid the rent in full. Ah, but I'm distracted you are, and you need to concentrate while you examine the Inspector, yes? Study the sleeping Inspector Hildebrand. You move. Yeah, okay, got it. Ooh, nice. Dun 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 dun. Looking around. Gonna be something fun in the background. Pariga, the master of the house, searches the cells with remarkable dexterity for one so large of body and limb. Normally when you do stuff like this, there's something funny hidden in the background. Or something funny you can click on. Like him. And then if I can just find something else. Oh my god, I can look at his legs. Look at his legs, look at his arm, look at his chest, look at his head. Alright, hold on. Beside the bed, Hildebrand's loyal assistant Nashu does this peacefully. Her ability to stay calm in the most trying of times has been sorely tested of late. I mean, is there really nothing else I can look at? Oops. Zoom. Alright, let's take a look at the inspector's feet. The exquisite buckles of a stylish footwear are a design unique to House Mandeville. These shoes would almost most certainly fetch a small fortune on the markets. Rippling muscles bespeak impressive strength, while smooth skin suggests that only on the rarest of occasions does the man resort to violence. Troublingly, his limbs are stiff and cool to the touch, as if the blood runs cold through his veins, but he breathes. He do be breathing. Rugged features belie what is, at a closer glance, the sensitive mind of a cultured gentleman. While he still breathes, he appears to be locked in a deep slumber. The inspector's condition is disturbingly reminiscent of the Scions, who were summoned to the first for a time. Mash you. Mash you. Oh, finished already. Any theories as to what's wrong with the inspector? Well, he's a soulless I suspect he may have been summoned into another reflection. I see. I mean, I don't. That's what you're supposed to say at times like this. I know that much. How do we wake him up? I'm gonna have to find where he went and get his soul back. He returned his soul to his body, but where did it go? What is it doing there? Probably went to the first to become a gentleman of darkness, as you do. I think it's gone to another world wholly unlike ours, but slightly unlike ours, but still slightly a world of contrasts. I'm gonna go with the first option. Yeah, he probably went to the first to become a gentleman of darkness, as you do. Right, see, right. So, can you go there? Yes. Great, in that case, I leave this soul searching to you. I'm sure it goes without saying, but once you've arrived in this otherworldly world, look for a place that smells of mystery and intrigue and chat with people there. God, it's going from other words to A words that screw me up. That standard age of inquiry protocol. Oh, and since this is Inspector Hildebrand we're talking about, don't be surprised if you find him asleep, or having forgotten a thing or two. But not to worry, I prepared my digital medicine just in case. Don't hesitate to use it, and with that, do take care. Her medicine is bombs. Alright, to the Crystarium in another world. I know I'm teleporting there, but that's just for convenience. I technically have to travel via Crystal Tower, piercing the veil between realities. Musicomers Universalis markets. It does. Nard. Welcome back, friend. I'd offer you a pint, but my barman sense tells me that's not why you're here. I'm on the hunt for a mystery. That mystery is a handsome man. Not me. Someone else. So this friend of yours is going missing. Sorry to hear that, but plenty of travelers pass through these parts. Could you describe the fella for me? I'm wearing the exact same clothes as him. He's got a monocle on the right eye. Probably poses a lot. Hume, Burley, wears a monocle. Well, meaning idiot. Yes, that sounds familiar, mind you. I didn't see him myself, but I do believe one of our bounty hunters spied such a man when you were all battling the horde of spectral warriors. Yeah, I spotted him too. I even have a picture of it. Oh, Giot. Giot, come here a moment. There's someone who wants to speak with you. Is that so? Make it quick. His hair looks good to itself. If it ain't here, what brings you back to our neck of the woods? Are you drunk again? But I'm looking for someone. As you mentioned, I need someone like that back there on the battlefield after you ran off to do more hero work. At first I thought he was going to attack me like the rest of the spirit what's-its, but no, he just stood there, striking a pose, trying to scare, seduce me, damned if I could tell. Still, he was glowing. I wasn't about to take any chances, so I said, "Hey, piss off, ghost," and sent him packing. Holy shit. You didn't kill him, did you? Did he die, you ask? To which I say, what am I, a hurt? That's a fancy word for healer. Also, I've kept my mug waiting long enough. Good talk. That's a girl, by the way. Oh, could it be the Warrior of Darkness? Yes. Oh, hey, it's you two. I thought it was your voice, but I was convinced my ears were playing tricks on me. It's good to see you again. Yeah, how fares your heroing duties, guys? Kinda, yeah. You'll see him in action soon. Didn't mean to eavesdrop, but we overheard you discussing the renegade poser. We've been searching for him for some time now. There have been sightings in Lakeland, you see. Bonner and I have been tasked with getting to the bottom of it. We've little on the way of useful information, though. All we know is that he appears without warning and strikes a disturbing pose. Does it look like this? He's not caused any harm, if you discount the shock of a strange man gesticulating in our general direction, that is. Nevertheless, we've worried his behavior might escalate. We've been tasked with apprehending the miscreant as well. Not quite been on, Nerod's come to track down a missing friend. Your miscreant, I regret to say, might be my friend. I wouldn't call him a friend per se, but I happen to be looking for a man prone to posing. No, Hildeburn's a friend. Yeah, unfortunately that miscreant might just be him. If the man you're looking for might be the one insane, then why not work together? But the three of you, you're bound to have better luck. It would be an honor and a great help. We're only just about to leave to gather a testimony as it happens. Come and join us in Southern when you finish, then we'll solve this mystery in no time. Hold on a sec. Okay, I thought those two were gonna get involved. These two are also friends. But hold on. I have to be in the sunlight for this. Oh, is this guy's also doing it? Hold on. Where is it? 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 Where's the pose? Well, this guy's gonna be in a cutscene for a while. I dare say that there is a case afoot, and I shall solve it. Now, where did these guys go? Oh, they went to Sullen. Oh, that's far. Closest Aetherite. Alright, Mount Roulette, what mount shall you give me? I mean, there are poses, but there are also dances tied to this. There's the Vanderfield dance. And the Vanderbilt Mambo. Which has... the most incredible... dab! And jazz hands. Yeah. They're funny. I told you these things were it's gonna get wacky. Lakeland, Florida? No, Lakeland as in this place, Lakeland. Not the place in Florida. Alright, I'm gonna land and I'm gonna disappear again because my food's done. Almost there. Weed! Yeah, I haven't eaten all day. I mean, literally all day. I had a bottle of soda, that was it. And like 4 donut holes. Okay, I'll talk to you in a second. But for now, I leave you with my dance moves. What? Okay, I'm back. Boop. Boop. Excuse me, sir. Have you seen anything unusual? Did I see him? You bet I did. I was crossing through the forest of the Lost Shepherd on my way to deliver fish to a stalled imperative. I don't know where this odd man lived down in front of me. I thought he was a bandit at first, but then he abruptly turned to the side, curled his neck, and put his fist to his head as if to say, I don't know, it was baffling. I ran when I realized he wasn't going to do anything else. That sounds like him. That fellow I saw him the other day on my way home from Claremont. I enjoyed one of the many liberations. After my bath, it ended up wandering off into the forest. Before I knew it, the sun was dipping low and the sky turning dark, and I was beginning to wonder if I ever make it home. And I felt a gentle tug at my arm. Would you believe it? This odd-looking man led me out of the forest and sent me back on the road. I thanked him profusely, but he said nothing in reply, just struck a pose and walked off. That was nice of him. Yeah, everything here is like purple. Like the grass and the weeds and the trees. I don't know, all these characters have sullen in common, which means something happens. Nope. Why, yes, I saw someone like that when I was out picking mushrooms in the forest. He even spoke to me. I was repulsed at first by his form, but he only wanted to warn me that fellow beasts lurk in the forest, and I should be wary. Contrary to appearances, I actually say he was quite gentlemanly. Dope, that's him. Bernard, what do you have to say? To be honest, I'm not sure what to make of all this. I do. I've been through too much of it. Finished questioning the locals, have you? Were you able to learn anything? Oh, yeah. Turns out he's actually not hurting people. Not only has the poser caused no harm, but he's even helped people. Is this flying? Yes, it's flying. If I'm not running on the ground, I'm flying, which is faster. So he's a gentleman, I'll be a suspicious one. Something of a contradiction, you might say, but no reason to doubt what we've heard. Everyone seemed to encounter him in the forest of the Lost Shepherd, right? That's where we'll look next, shall we? I really wish I wasn't doing this at night. flying in my little airplane. Yeah, splat. Oh, you're an A rank. Oh, you're... Oh. Not gonna pick a fight with that. Pick a fight with something smaller and weaker, like this giant chameleon. Yeah, you don't want to mess with me. I'll mess you up. I'm gonna be leaving in the next 10 minutes. Just work tomorrow, Sally. Yeah, same. Probably gonna get off in like 10 minutes. Eat. Won't be streaming tomorrow because I'll be busy with other stuff in the evening. Well, here we are, but how exactly are we supposed to begin our search? These woods are, well, woods. Leave that to me. Got a plan, do you? Far be it from me to doubt the warrior of darkness. Show us what you got in mind and we'll back you up to the best of our ability. Oh my god, am I gonna dance? I have a choice? You know what, Riggs, which one do you want? The first one is the goofy dance where I'm swinging my arms side to side, and the other one has the dab. No, I'm not dueling dancing, I'm summoning him. The only way I know how. Like a Manderville man. The Mambo? Okay. I'm totally gonna be doing this again. Just to do the other dance. Please tell me that worked. Oh my fucking god. Okay, switch to daytime. I love it. And they're doing it too. Dab on them. Hark, what familiar gentlemanly gyrations are these? Oh, his outfit's not destroyed for once. I think. I'm sorry, what? Huh? And he's got the stupid fucking makeup on still. Light Warden, the Forgiven Gentleman. That's a boss title, by the way. Am I actually fighting him? Okay, good. I told you things were gonna get wacky. Oh no, god, it's a Sin Eater! No, wait, that's no Sin Eater. Yep. The one and only... Oh, I really want to say it's the Gentleman of Light. It's Hildebrand. It's Heliodor. It's Hildebrand Heliodor Maximilian Manderville. Hildebrand? Who is this Hildebrand of whom you speak? I am the Forgiven Gentleman, devourer of sins, like what an extraordinaire. Oh, for fuck's sake, dude. You're not a Sin Eater, you're Hildebrand. You might occasionally moonlight as a zombie overlord, but trust me, you are a gentleman inspector, that is true. Yeah, you might occasionally moonlight as an zombie overlord. Inspector Sin Eater, Inspector Sin Eater. You're acquainted with this, gentleman? More than I'd like to be, but hey, he's a friend. Right then, clearly your friend has been through a lot, but still, how did he get in his head he's a Sin Eater? Is there no way to bring back his memories? There is one way, and it's a very explosive idea. Don't worry, Inspector. Explosives? We're still trying to save him, right? Oh, don't worry. He can take it. Now come back to your senses, Inspector. He parried. Oh, no, you don't. Return. When did this fucking become volleyball? Sublimely magnificent jack shot Mark II. Ah, there we go, much better. Wicked White, we killed him! Nah, he's fine, don't worry about it. This is standard. I say, Niren, I had resigned myself to Nashu's ungentle mythology, but you too, my bruised friend? But never mind that, I do not recall the world being quite so purple. Previously, I was with Nashu and Greg wandering the bizarrely shadowy realm known as the Inspectoral Rift. Interdimensional rift. Oh, fuck, not an echo vision. Oh, good, they're feeling it too. Great, I'm glad they're experiencing this with me. I forgot those two guys had the echo as well. Huh? Where am I? Who am I? Oh, there's Giat. That sickening light, that aggressive posturing. I know what you are. You're one of them, ain't you? What you need is a good old-fashioned dwarven Tekken. Piss off, Ghost. Oh, I guess you just kind of stayed there for while I did my whole thing. Oh shit, that's a Sin Eater. Like, that's bad news. I guess they're still around, mostly. Did I really need a close-up of his ass while he does this? Did I really need to see what the Sin Eater is seeing? Dude, even his torquing scared a Sin Eater off. Run for your lives, it's the Sin Eater! Sin Eater? And that's how he got in his head that he's a Sin Eater. For fuck's sake. I mean, a zombie, it's understandable. He climbed out of his own grave. But I'll be damned, I saw a vision of a man's past. No wonder he became convinced he was a Sin Eater. I saw it too. It was quite possibly the most ridiculous memory I have ever glimpsed. Oh good, I'm glad I'm not the only one suffering this now. Answer me, my faithful assistant, where are we, and why is it so purple? You're not exactly in yours anymore. The first what? Are you telling me you somehow traveled to an entirely different world? Good gods, to think that I have transcended the very boundaries of time and space. But worry not, my adoring fans. Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, will return to you forthwith. Oh, is it actually over? Or is there gonna be like another quest? I mean, there probably is gonna be another quest. Yeah, okay. I think we'll call it here for tonight. Because it's 11, you gotta go, and I gotta go, because I got the hungers. I got the nom-noms. But hey, thanks for stopping by, Riggs. That actually brightened up my night. I mean, I was fully prepared to just do a silent stream for a few hours and then go to sleep. But, you being here really helped me out. So, if I can stream Wednesday, I will, you know, have my little notification set to alert you. Or, I'll stream Thursday at like 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'll show you more of the wackiness that is Hildebrand. But for now, good night.